lot of new things going on at WBD, including rebranding. We wanted to more properly reflect who we are and where we're headed. And it's not just the name change to WBD, but it's also the tagline of we really want to be known as your business finance resource. And some of the changes that went along with that are a brand new website that I believe is a lot more functional, user-friendly for not only our lending partners, but also small businesses. And we've also come up with some new tools, including new promotional materials, some new videos that I believe are very easily explain what the 504 program is, because I know that can be confusing. We also are looking at our company resources to more realign with where we're headed and what we're trying to accomplish. And along with that, the staffing obviously is very important to us. We want to be able to build capacity as we continue to grow and help serve the small businesses. And we're also taking a look at all of our processes, every step of the way, to make sure there's a focus on customer service, that we're moving paper through the process as quickly as we can.
We always have to start with taking a look at what's involved with the process, and we're always very grateful when we have the opportunity to have a joint meeting with the banker and borrower early on. And what we typically will do is outline the information that we'll need to process a loan request. Essentially, the information we need boils down to information on the owners, including their work experience and their financials. Of course, information on the business, including their financial statements, tax returns, etc. And then information on the project, so things like the offer to purchase on the property or the construction bids. Once we have that information, it's typically the same type of information that a bank will need. So I always joke that we harass the banker first, and then we collect a few items directly from the borrower that are related to our application. But once we have a complete file, we can typically deliver an SBA authorization in around 30 days, sometimes less if everything falls in correctly. And we've worked over time to expedite that. We have a management loan approval process where we're able to expedite the WBD approval. And then we also have a loan committee, obviously, that meets weekly for larger requests. So again, over time, we've really been able to accelerate how quickly we can get things through from initial application to SBA authorization, so we're proud of that.
What we do is we intake those applications, assess them for thoroughness, and we assess them for eligibility, and then what we're really doing is analyzing, is this credit, does this credit make sense in the SBA world, and how can we make this borrower a loan that's going to be repaid over the next 20 years. Our mindset is when a project comes in, it's an eligible project that's creditworthy. We're trying to move that project through as quickly as possible. And if we run into a roadblock or a hurdle that we have to overcome, we try to come up with creative solutions to keep that project moving forward.
Well, once the application is approved, the next critical step in the process is getting the loan funded. And we're again focused on customer service and trying to shorten the amount of time it takes to fund a loan. Unlike conventional bank financing, where you can pick a closing date and just go ahead and fund the loan, with the 504 program, these loans are pooled once a month and sold in the secondary market to large institutional investors. And it could be totaling over $300 million. So as you can imagine, with the requirement of a secondary market sale, the documentation has to be clean with no exceptions. We have a very experienced, talented closing staff that knows what it takes to get it closed.
We try to take something that might seem complicated and cumbersome and just kind of systematically break it into steps and kind of get them to the end line.
We do try to act as interpreter of the agency for banks and applicants. A lot of what we do is to try to demystify the whole process for people. We often are doing it behind the scenes, but one of our main jobs is to be able to translate for the other people what the words, what the regulations, what the SOP of the government program actually means. It's important that we have historical knowledge of the agency because it puts the evolution of the agency into a different sort of perspective. We seem We're good at figuring out what they're trying to get at and where the trends seem to be going.
Servicing is responsible for monitoring the terms of the SBA 504 authorization. Once the loan is closed, we monitor it for insurance, real estate taxes, payments, financials. We also are responsible for responding to the borrower's requests for servicing actions, such as they're going to add on an addition to their building. They may come to us and say, we want a subordination for the new financing. So that's what servicing does. We respond to the borrower and the bank's needs in servicing the SBA 504 portion. Our mission is to help small businesses grow and create jobs in our communities that we live and work in. And you know, that's what we do. I mean, that's what WBD does. That's our mission.
I think what people need to know about WBD, it's more behind the scenes, the quality of the people that we have. You know, as I mentioned before, hiring very talented, passionate, committed people that want to really solve problems and help the small businesses.
The people behind the scenes here we're effectively the offensive line of a football team. We do best when you don't hear our names. If we're invisible to someone at the end, we've probably done the job and they didn't exactly know what buttons were being pushed behind.
I really love the team that we put together in terms of the commercial lenders for WBD that we have working throughout the state. Each of them brings a little bit different approach to the table, but they all have a lot in common in terms of their experience level and their expertise and just their excitement and energy that they bring to delivering the program.
As we evolve to become WBD, your business finance resource, we do so with renewed focus on customer service. As we move forward, you will see the best version of WBD yet. I am confident because of the talent, dedication, and character of all those at WBD working to help small businesses grow, create jobs, and build communities every day. In honor of all they have done, the commitment they have shown, and with great anticipation of their future contributions, I want to present the 2016 Friends of Small Business Award to my team at WBD. Congratulations, you've earned it.